Right, hello everybody, welcome back to, what did I call this park again? I forget every time, Into Dreams. Yeah, we've got some kind of zone over here. This is my start on the town. Yeah, I didn't build these houses. These are all off the workshop. I will, I'll find out what the names are. I'll put them up on screen because they're really nice. I'm trying to go for like a, I think I just searched Bavarian houses, but I kind of, from what I remember of the dream, which was where this roller coaster was located, it was in the middle of a town. So this whole area I'm going to try and turn into a little town. Obviously, at the moment, it just looks like I've plonked down a load of houses. There's nothing around them to really theme them up nicely. And I've put this ground piece down, but I'm not too sure about it. I might just change that and do something else with it. But that's the beginnings of it. I don't know whether I'm going to keep it like this. I might just get rid of the houses and redo them all. And I've done a lot of other stuff just to kind of tidy up the place. Like over here we've got this see, I remember this tunnel in my dream being all closed off. It was a tunnel to France. I think in my dream there was like workmen along here, but I can't really find any workmen that aren't just like workmen working. I suppose it could work. I might add them in the future, but for now we've just got a little tunnel. From what I remember, I'd have to go back to my dream diary and have a look, but this was supposed to be like a tunnel, an ice tunnel to France that had been closed off. So I'm kind of trying to give it like an old sort of boarded up look. Over here, some minor cosmetic changes. This is going to undergo a change. I'll look at that in a second. Yeah, I've added lines to the road to make it look more roady like. I've added a curb so that it joins up, and also along here I've added a tunnel so the road actually looks like it's going somewhere. It doesn't just come to the end of the street and go nowhere, it just comes to a dead end. It actually goes underneath, and when you go underneath here it doesn't lead anywhere, it just goes to nothing. But at least it looks more like it goes somewhere ish. And over here I didn't really like the way these shops looked. It was supposed to look like a fairground. Look at the mess, bloody hell. And also I'm sure I've turned off staff needs, so I don't know why staff are still quitting. Been over here, I've been building some sort of generic looking fairground stores. This is a work in progress. This is going to be a burger van. I've done a hot dog van. I quite like the way that looks, and I've done a chip van. I've started to build them in over here, and this is going to be a bit more covered over. I've also been learning about how to do paths properly in the game, which I didn't know how to do before, but now I'm kind of getting a bit more used to building paths. So I'm building nice square paths, and up here the paths sort of branched quite nicely. So yeah, this is off. These stalls are off somebody else from the workshop. So yeah, these are really nice. And see, I was trying to work out how to do stuff like this with the little objects, but they've done that really well, and I'm not very skilled at doing stuff like that. Like it's an emergency light. I see what they've done. They've done like a light upside down. Very clever. Okay, so yeah, they're smarter than me at building stuff, but I really like that. I think it adds to the fairground style. And I'm going to have some drinks. I'm going to make some drink stalls, and I'm just going to put them in with my other stalls and just have a nice little area. I really like what they've done here, and they've also done it quite cleverly. Whoever made this stall, I'll put again the name of the person who made these on the screen. What they've done is these aren't actually shops; they're vending machines. So people are coming up and using the vending machines, and these people in here are just like animatronic people. So that's smart. But I really like that. Puts mine into shame a little bit, but I do like the hot dog van style of that as well. It looks nice. Another thing I've done is I've slightly altered these buildings here. So yeah, I've sort of added some slight like supports on here. It's nothing amazing. I didn't like the way everything looked. The track was basically floating because I didn't want the supports going all the way down. Now what I've done is I've kind of made my own supports and added them on, and some places it looks a bit janky, but for now that looks better than how it did. I didn't like the things floating. I actually like the way this track, and I've sort of smoothed out a lot of the track, made it a lot nicer. But yeah, there is bits where So you get this, but the problem is when you make a scenery group, a lot of the time it's very hard to get everything looking nice. So that might look a bit better, but it doesn't look too bad. From a distance it looks okay. It just basically gives the track a bit more substance, because I didn't like the way it looked. They looked too flimsy, just a whole track sort of hanging off nothing. So I've kind of added this, and it did take me ages, but and some places I've added beams to sort of connect it to the buildings around it. In places like this, yeah, I kind of like the way it looks. I don't know whether it's not anything realistic, and it's not anything that I actually remember from the dream. It's just I also don't remember from the dream the tracks just sort of floating in space with nothing supporting them at all. So apart from having supports going all the way down to the ground, I thought of this solution, and I think it looks kind of alright from a distance. Maybe I'll come back in the future and sort it a bit better, but I kind of like how that looks. I've added some glass to these windows and some things around it. So yeah, this is our little temple area. Problem is with doing like trying to make something that you think you've seen in a dream, a lot of the time I'm never really too sure whether it's an actual memory of the dream, because remembering dreams is a very tricky proposition, not one that's always reliable. You remember some things accurately, other things you kind of over time you invent yourself. You kind of fill in details with your own thoughts and things. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, there's a nice little, well, it's okay. Bit more depth to the cavern as we go through. Whether or not that's accurate to any dream, I don't know. Really, the only thing I can remember is this sort of mound, and then the kind of this temple wall bit, and then coming up here and having the water underneath, and then it going up and out. But a lot of it is just me kind of playing around with that idea and trying to expand it to a full ride. You know, naturally it would be a full ride at some point, so this cavern is kind of, you know, just a imagination bit, but the fact that I know it's down in a cavern kind of helped me come up with this idea. So yeah, some of it's just, the problem with this thing of making things from my dream is a lot of these dreams you can only remember small parts of it. So I quite like the way it looks. I think that would be a fun little adventure to go on. And then up here through the temple entrance, gets narrower, and then we go out. I might do something around here, temple-y, just to fit with the theming. But I think that's quite nice. I'm quite happy with how it's looking so far. The park, it's all shaping up. This area needs either a lot more theming on the floor, or just completely demolishing and redoing. I don't know how the village is looking. I don't know if it looks good. It needs a lot more like stuff in the streets. I'm not sure about that floor I've put down. We'll go for a ride around the park and have a look. And we go into the ice tunnel. I'm sure there's some like ambient effects you can add to make the ride seem colder, maybe. I don't know. You'll see lots of bits in the park because, you know, I've been playing it for so long. Like you can see how the deck is like at a weird angle. Things that bug me now that I didn't notice when I first started building them, because I knew less about decorating and designing stuff in the game when I first started. So there's little bits when I'm going around the park and just checking it out, because I've been playing this particular park. I've been doing it like on and off, just very slowly. So when I first started, I didn't really know much about building, and now I'm seeing bits and I'm like, oh, that's annoying. Alright, we'll open this park finally. This ride, it's been there ages, sitting there, so finally people can come and have a go on it, and they're all going to come this way all of a sudden. Wow, new roller coaster, shit. Look at that train of people, absolutely crazy. Nobody's interested in these things. I don't blame them, to be honest. This, like real life, this drop here with this tiny like turn at the bottom would kill you probably. Look at that, absolutely insane amount of people wanting to go on this thing. It's not even a good roller coaster, just people are excited by it. There you go, guys. Welcome on board. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then we've got this little area, people wander around. I'm going to bring the path over here and build more of the village. I'll do that another time, probably next episode. I still need to do more on this thing, and I might actually be ready to connect this up with the path as well, so people can actually go on this ride. I'll be interested to see if they actually do, because I think it counts as a transport ride, but the transport goes on forever and it just brings you back to the same place, so they might not want to go on it. But I don't know, they might want to. Gives them a nice view of the park, doesn't it? So who knows. Anyway, that's now the people around are coming through this park, this area. I'm starting to like it a bit more. I just need to just beef it out a bit, not have the floor just looking like a flat load of nothing. Just have like some bits and pieces around. Come on guys, look at this coaster. This is really exciting and fun. Everyone wants to ride on this thing. Oh shit. Alright.